In a bustling city filled with skyscrapers and ambition, there was a small diner called Mama's Kitchen. The diner was a cherished spot among the locals, known for its warm atmosphere and comforting food. Mama, the owner, worked tirelessly, serving hearty meals and offering a kind smile to every customer who walked through the door. Despite her best efforts, the diner struggled to stay afloat in the shadow of larger, trendier establishments. One chilly afternoon, as the sun dipped low in the sky, a well-dressed man named Victor entered Mama's Kitchen. He was a billionaire, a man who had built an empire from nothing, yet he sought a different experience than the opulent restaurants he frequented. He wanted to understand the lives of ordinary people, to connect with them on a deeper level. Victor sat at the counter, surveying the diner. The familiar sense of fried chicken and homemade pies filled the air, instantly transporting him to his childhood. He ordered a simple meal, meatloaf, mashed potatoes, and a slice of apple pie. As he waited, he observed the interactions between Mama and her patrons, noting how she treated each person with kindness, despite her financial struggles. When the meal arrived, Victor dug in, savoring each bite. It was comfort food at its finest, a reminder of the love and care that went into every dish. As he enjoyed his meal, he noticed Mama bustling around, serving tables and cleaning dishes, her hands worn but steady. After finishing, Victor asked for the bill, ready to pay. However, as he reached for his wallet, he noticed it was empty. In a moment of inspiration, he decided to play a part. "I'm so sorry, but I seem to have forgotten my wallet," he said, feigning embarrassment. Mama, who had been watching from a distance, approached him with a warm smile. "Don't worry, dear. You can pay me next time. Just enjoy your meal." Her voice was soothing, filled with genuine kindness. Victor was taken aback by her generosity. He had expected a stern reaction, perhaps even anger. But here was this woman, struggling to keep her business afloat, offering him a meal without a second thought. It was a stark contrast to the world he was used to, where money dictated worth. Feeling a deep sense of gratitude, Victor finished his meal and lingered for a while, watching the interactions between Mama and her customers. He saw how she remembered their names, their favorite dishes, and even personal details about their lives. The diner was more than just a place to eat, it was a community, a sanctuary for those seeking connection. After some time, Victor stood up to leave. "Thank you for the meal. It was truly wonderful," he said, his voice sincere. Mama waved him off with a smile. "Just come back when you can. Everyone deserves a good meal." As he walked out into the cold evening air, Victor felt a stirring within him. Mama's kindness had ignited something deep in his soul. He knew he wanted to do something significant to help her in her struggling diner. The next day, Victor returned to Mama's Kitchen, this time dressed in casual clothes, trying to blend in with the locals. He sat down at the counter again, greeted by Mama with the same warmth. As they chatted, he learned more about her struggles, how the rent was increasing, how she struggled to pay her employees, and how she feared having to close her beloved diner. Victor felt a pang in his heart. He had been in her shoes once, struggling to get by, and he knew he had to help. But how? He didn't want to just hand over money, he wanted to ensure that Mama could continue her legacy. After a few more visits, Victor finally mustered the courage to speak up. "Mama, I have an idea. What if I invested in your diner? I could help you expand and make it more sustainable. You wouldn't have to worry about closing down." Mama looked at him, disbelief written across her face. "Why would you want to help me? You don't even know me." "I know enough," he replied. "I know that you care deeply about this place and the people who come here. You create a sense of community that's rare in this world. I want to help preserve that." With tears brimming in her eyes, Mama shook her head. "I can't accept charity. This is my life's work. I've built it with my own hands, and I want to keep it that way." Victor took a deep breath. "This isn't charity. It's an investment in something that matters. Together, we can ensure that Mama's Kitchen continues to be a beacon of hope for those who need it." After several discussions, Mama reluctantly agreed to let Victor help her. With his investment, they began to renovate the diner, enhancing its charm while keeping the essence intact. They introduced new menu items that highlighted local ingredients, and Victor helped promote the diner through social media, bringing in new customers who were curious about the community gem. As business improved, Mama was amazed at the changes. She could finally pay her employees fairly, and she felt relieved knowing her diner would continue to thrive. More importantly, she felt a renewed sense of purpose as she connected with the new customers who were discovering her diner for the first time. Months passed, and Mama's Kitchen transformed into a thriving hub of the community. People gathered not just for food but for the sense of belonging that permeated the diner. Victor became a regular fixture, always mingling with customers and sharing stories, making the diner feel even more like home. One evening, as the diner filled with laughter and chatter, Mama stood back and looked around. Her heart swelled with gratitude, and she realized that the unexpected encounter with Victor had changed her life forever. Not just because of the financial support, but because of the friendship that had blossomed between them. As they sat together after the last customers had left, Victor turned to Mama. "You know, this isn't just about the money for me. It's about giving back to the community that raised me. You taught me the true value of kindness and connection." Mama smiled, her eyes sparkling with warmth. "And you reminded me that it's okay to accept help sometimes. You've become part of my family." Victor grinned, feeling a sense of fulfillment he hadn't known he was missing. He had come to understand the true essence of life, not in wealth or status, but in the bonds formed and the lives touched. As they raised their glasses for a toast that night, Victor knew that he had found something invaluable in the most unexpected place, a true sense of community and a friendship that would last a lifetime. The diner was not just a business, it was a testament to resilience, kindness, and the beautiful connections that could blossom when people opened their hearts to one another. As the months rolled on, Mama's Kitchen continued to flourish, becoming a cherished institution in the community. With each passing day, the diner buzzed with life, families gathered for Sunday brunch, friends met for late-night coffee, and new faces became regulars. Victor and Mama worked side by side, nurturing not just the business but also the sense of belonging that made the diner special. One chilly autumn evening, as the leaves turned brilliant shades of orange and gold, Victor had an idea. He wanted to host a community appreciation event to celebrate the diner's success and honor the loyal customers who had supported Mama through thick and thin. The event would be a way to give back, showcasing local talent and creating an even stronger sense of community. "Mama, what do you think about hosting a harvest festival here?" he suggested one afternoon over coffee. "We could feature local farmers, artists, and musicians. It could be a way to bring everyone together and show our gratitude." Mama's eyes lit up at the thought. "That sounds wonderful. We could have games for the kids, cooking demonstrations, and even a pie-eating contest." With enthusiasm, they began to plan the event. They reached out to local farmers and artisans, inviting them to showcase their goods. Mama rallied her regular customers, asking them to contribute their favorite recipes for the potluck-style dinner. Victor organized local musicians to provide entertainment throughout the day. As the date approached, excitement built in the community. Flyers were posted, and word spread quickly about the Harvest Festival. People began to share their plans, eager to participate in the celebration. Mama and Victor worked tirelessly, preparing the diner for the influx of guests. The atmosphere was electric, filled with anticipation and joy. On the day of the festival, the diner was adorned with colorful autumn decorations. Hay bales, pumpkins, and corn stalks set the scene for a cozy gathering. The scent of fresh-baked goods wafted through the air, mingling with the sounds of laughter and music. As the festivities began, families arrived, bringing dishes to share and excitement to the air. Children played games in the courtyard, while adults mingled, sampling everything from homemade pies to hearty stews. Mama moved among the guests, her heart swelling with pride as she watched her diner become a vibrant hub of joy and connection. Victor, too, felt the warmth of the community enveloping him. He moved through the crowd, engaging in conversations and sharing stories about the diner's journey. The The sense of belonging was palpable, and he realized just how far they had come since that first day he had walked in pretending to be a man without means. As the sun began to set, casting a golden glow over the festivities, Mama took the stage to address the crowd. "Thank you all for being here today. This diner is more than just a business, it's a home filled with love, laughter, and community. I'm so grateful for each and every one of you who has supported us on this journey." The crowd erupted in applause, and Mama's heart raced with emotion. She looked over at Victor, who nodded encouragingly. He knew how much this meant to her, and he shared in her joy. After the speeches, they kicked off the evening's entertainment. Local musicians took the stage, filling the air with soulful melodies. People danced, laughed, and sang along, the spirit of togetherness shining brightly. As the night wore on, Mama and Victor took a moment to step outside, the cool autumn air refreshing against their skin. They stood side by side, watching the festivities unfold, feeling an overwhelming sense of fulfillment. "Mama, this is incredible," Victor said, turning to her. "You've created something truly special here. You've built not just a diner, but a community." Mama smiled, her eyes glistening with gratitude. "And you've helped me keep it alive. You believed in me when I was ready to give up. I'll never forget that." As they stood together, a sense of calm washed over them. The challenges they had faced seemed distant now, overshadowed by the warmth of the connections they had fostered. They knew that together, they could face anything that came their way. As the festival began to wind down, the night sky was illuminated by a dazzling display of fireworks. Families gathered outside, oohing and awing as colors burst overhead, reflecting the spirit of celebration in their hearts. Victor and Mama joined the crowd, sharing in the joy of the moment. When the final fireworks faded, the crowd erupted into cheers, a chorus of gratitude and joy. Victor looked around at the smiling faces, feeling a sense of purpose that he had longed for. He knew that this was only the beginning of many more events to come, each one designed to strengthen the bonds within their community. In the weeks that followed, Mama's Kitchen continued to thrive. With the success of the Harvest Festival, they launched a monthly community night, where locals could gather for food, games, and music. Each event deepened their connections, allowing stories to be shared, friendships to blossom, and new traditions to form. One evening, as they cleaned up after a particularly lively community night, Mama turned to Victor, her eyes filled with excitement. "You know, I've been thinking. With all this growth, we should consider expanding the diner. Maybe even opening a second location?" Victor's face lit up with enthusiasm. "That's a brilliant idea. We could bring the magic of Mama's Kitchen to another neighborhood, spreading the love and community spirit even further." They began to explore potential locations, researching neighborhoods that could benefit from the warmth and connection that Mama's Kitchen provided. With Victor's business acumen and Mama's heart for community, they made a formidable team. After months of planning, they found a charming space in a growing area, perfect for a second location. It had the same cozy feel as the original diner, and they knew it would be a hit. As they signed the lease, they felt a wave of excitement wash over them. This was a significant step forward in their journey. The opening day of the new location was a celebration. They invited the entire community to join them for a grand opening, and the response was overwhelming. People lined up outside, eager to taste Mama's signature dishes and experience the warmth of a place that felt like home. As the doors opened, Mama stood at the entrance, welcoming everyone with open arms. She felt a rush of emotion as she looked around at the smiling faces, remembering how far they had come. Victor stood beside her, beaming with pride. The new location thrived, just as the original had, becoming a beloved part of the community. With every meal served, they continued to foster connections, ensuring that Mama's spirit of kindness and community was woven into the fabric of both diners. As the seasons changed and the years rolled on, Mama's Kitchen became a symbol of resilience, hope, and love. They faced challenges, of course, rising costs, competition, and the ebb and flow of customers, but with each hurdle, they adapted and grew stronger. Victor often reflected on his initial visit to the diner, how a simple meal had led to a life-changing partnership. He realized that what they had built together was more than just a business, it was a legacy of kindness that would continue to inspire future generations. One winter evening, as they prepared for their annual holiday celebration, Mama looked around at the bustling kitchen, filled with laughter and the sweet scent of baked goods. She turned to Victor, her heart full. "Can you believe it? Look at what we've created together." Victor smiled, gratitude washing over him. "We've built something extraordinary, Mama. Thank you for allowing me to be a part of this journey." As they worked side by side, preparing for the festivities, they knew that their bond had grown beyond business partners, they were family. And with every meal served and every story shared, they would continue to spread kindness and love, ensuring that Mama's kitchen remained a beacon of hope for all who entered its doors. As winter settled in and the holidays approached, the atmosphere at Mama's kitchen was filled with a special kind of magic. The diner was adorned with twinkling lights, garlands, and handmade decorations crafted by local children during recent community workshops. The air buzzed with excitement as customers returned to enjoy the seasonal dishes and festivities. Mama and Victor worked diligently to prepare for the annual holiday celebration. They had planned a special menu featuring seasonal favorites, and local choirs were scheduled to perform holiday carols throughout the evening. The sense of community was palpable, and everyone was looking forward to the event. On the day of the celebration, the diner opened its doors to a flurry of activity. Families arrived, some dressed in festive attire, others in cozy winter clothes. The smell of spiced cider and fresh-baked cookies wafted through the air, inviting everyone to join in the festivities. Children eagerly decorated cookies at a table set up in the corner, their laughter ringing out like music. As the evening unfolded, the diner buzzed with joy. Mama greeted each guest with a warm smile, her heart swelling as she saw familiar faces come together. Victor moved among the crowd, ensuring everything was running smoothly, chatting with customers and enjoying the vibrant atmosphere. When it was time for the choirs to perform, the diner fell silent in anticipation. Groups of singers took to the small stage at the back, filling the room with beautiful harmonies. The rich, melodic voices resonated in the hearts of everyone present, evoking memories of past holidays and the joy of togetherness. As the music played, Mama and Victor exchanged glances, their hearts full. They knew this celebration was not just about the food or the decorations, it was about the community they had built together. It was a place where people felt safe, loved, and connected. After the performances, Mama took a moment to address the crowd. "Thank you all for being here tonight. This diner is more than just a place to eat, it's a home for many of us. Your support has made it possible for us to grow and thrive. Let's continue to spread kindness and love in our community." The crowd erupted in applause, and Victor felt a rush of pride. He knew they had created something extraordinary, a safe haven for people to come together, share stories, and uplift one another. As the evening progressed, they introduced a new tradition, the kindness tree. Each guest was invited to write down a kind act they had experienced or witnessed throughout the year on a decorative ornament. Those ornaments were then hung on a tree at the front of the diner, creating a beautiful display of gratitude and positivity. The kindness tree quickly became a centerpiece of the celebration. Guests shared their stories, and the atmosphere was filled with laughter and warmth. As the ornaments piled up, Mama and Victor felt the collective spirit of the community enveloping them, a reminder of the impact of small acts of kindness. Later that night, after the last guests had left and the diner was quiet, Mama and Victor began to clean up. The remnants of the celebration, the half-eaten cookies, scattered decorations, and happy memories, filled the air with a sense of fulfillment. "Mama, tonight was magical," Victor said, glancing around the diner. "I can't believe how far we've come. The kindness tree is such a beautiful idea." Mama smiled, her eyes sparkling with joy. "It truly is. I never imagined this diner would become such a hub for our community. I feel so blessed." As they finished tidying up, a soft snow began to fall outside, blanketing the world in white. Mama looked out the window, a sense of peace washing over her. "You know, Victor, I used to think about closing this place down. I was scared and overwhelmed. But now, I can't imagine my life without it." Victor nodded, understanding the weight of her words. "You've created a legacy, Mama. And it's all because of your heart and determination. You remind us all of what's truly important." With that, they locked up for the night, stepping into the winter wonderland outside. The streets were quiet, the soft crunch of snow beneath their feet the only sound. They walked side by side, feeling a deep connection to the community they had nurtured together. As they reached the corner, Mama paused. "Victor, I've been thinking, what if we take the idea of the kindness tree further? What if we create a community fund to help those in need? We could use part of our profits to support local families during the holidays or provide scholarships for children in our area." Victor's eyes lit up at the idea. "That's a brilliant plan. We could partner with local charities and ensure our efforts reach those who need it most. It would be a wonderful way to give back." With excitement, they began brainstorming ideas on how to make the fund a reality. They envisioned fundraising events, workshops, and community partnerships that would not only provide support but also strengthen the bonds within their growing community. Over the next few months, Mama and Victor worked tirelessly to establish the Mama's Community Fund. They held events to raise money and awareness, drawing in even more customers and supporters. Local businesses joined in, donating a portion of their profits, and soon the fund began to flourish. As they distributed funds to families in need, they saw the tangible impact of their efforts. The smiles on children's faces when they received new winter coats, the gratitude from families who could put food on the table, it filled their hearts with joy. They knew they were making a difference. One day, while sorting through the applications for assistance, Mama came across a letter from a young girl named Lily. She wrote about her dreams of going to art school but couldn't afford the supplies needed to apply. Inspired, Mama and Victor decided to reach out and offer Lily not only the materials she needed but also a scholarship to a local art program. When they surprised Lily with the news, her eyes filled with tears of joy. "I can't believe it. Thank you so much. This means everything to me." As they hugged Lily, Mama felt a surge of pride. This was what their efforts had been about, changing lives and empowering the next generation. The experience reminded her that kindness had a ripple effect, spreading far beyond what they could see. As the seasons changed once more, Mama's Kitchen continued to thrive. The community fund grew, and the diner became even more embedded in the lives of those it served. People came not just for food but for the sense of belonging, connection, and love that permeated the air. One evening, as they prepared for another busy night, Mama turned to Victor. "I want to thank you for everything. You've not only saved this diner, but you've also helped me realize my dream of creating a community. I couldn't have done this without you." Victor smiled, a warmth spreading through him. "It's been a joy to work alongside you, Mama. This place has become a second home for me. Together, we've built something beautiful." With their hearts full and their spirits high, they knew that their journey was far from over. Each day brought new opportunities to spread kindness and love, to connect with others, and to build a legacy that would endure for years to come. As they locked up that night, a soft glow radiated from the diner, a beacon of hope in the night. Hand in hand, Mama and Victor stepped out into the crisp air, ready to embrace whatever the future held, confident that together, they could continue to make a difference. One meal, one act of kindness at a time. As spring began to thaw the winter chill, Mama's Kitchen buzzed with renewed energy. The diner had become a hub of creativity and collaboration, and the community fund was thriving. Victor and Mama were more inspired than ever, eager to expand their efforts and reach even more people in need. One afternoon, as they sat together over coffee, Victor shared an idea that had been brewing in his mind. "Mama, what if we organized a community day? A day where local artisans, musicians, and chefs come together to showcase their talents and raise money for the community fund?" Mama's eyes lit up. "That's a wonderful idea. We could have food stalls, local artists displaying their work, and even workshops for the kids. It would be a fantastic way to bring everyone together." They immediately began planning the event, setting a date for early summer. With each passing day, their excitement grew as they envisioned a day filled with laughter, creativity, and community spirit. They reached out to local artisans and musicians, inviting them to participate. The response was overwhelming, with many eager to contribute to the cause. As the day approached, Mama's Kitchen transformed into a vibrant hub of activity. They set up colorful booths outside the diner, with local chefs showcasing their dishes and artisans displaying handmade crafts. Victor organized activities for children, ensuring that there was something for everyone to enjoy. On the morning of Community Day, the sun shone brightly, casting a warm glow over the festivities. The streets were lined with people, families carrying picnic blankets and friends chatting excitedly. The air was filled with the enticing aroma of fresh-baked goods, grilled meats, and sizzling vegetables. Mama greeted each guest with her signature warmth, her heart swelling with gratitude as she saw the community come together. Victor moved through the crowd, ensuring that everything ran smoothly and that each vendor felt supported. As the event kicked off, local musicians took the stage, filling the air with lively tunes that got everyone dancing. Children laughed as they painted pots and planted seeds, excited to take their creations home. The sense of joy and connection was palpable, and Victor felt an overwhelming sense of pride. Around noon, Mama took a moment to address the crowd. "Thank you all for being here today. Your support means the world to us and allows us to continue our work with the Mama's Community Fund. Let's make this a day to remember." The crowd erupted in cheers, and Victor felt a swell of emotion. It was moments like this that reminded him why they had started this journey, to build something meaningful and foster a sense of belonging. Throughout the day, people shared stories, laughter, and delicious food. The sense of community was more alive than ever, and Victor marveled at how far they had come. Each conversation, each smile, felt like a testament to the impact they had made. As the sun began to set, casting a golden hue over the festivities, Mama and Victor gathered at the center stage to share the day's success. They announced the amount raised for the community fund, and the crowd erupted in applause, celebrating their collective effort. After the festivities wound down, Mama looked at Victor, her heart full. "This day exceeded my expectations. I can't believe how much we've accomplished together." Victor nodded, feeling the weight of their shared journey. "It's all thanks to you, Mama. Your vision and heart have brought us all together. This community is a reflection of your kindness." As the crowd dispersed, Mama and Victor began to pack up. They felt a sense of fulfillment wash over them, knowing that their efforts would continue to support those in need. In the weeks that followed, the momentum from Community Day propelled them forward. The Mama's Community Fund grew, allowing them to expand their support to more families and individuals facing hardships. They distributed food, school supplies, and even helped families with rent, all while creating a network of support within the community. One evening, as they were closing up the diner, a familiar face walked in. It was Lily, the young girl they had helped with her art supplies. She was now beaming with excitement. "Mama! Victor! I just wanted to thank you both. I got accepted into the art program, and I can't wait to start." Mama's eyes glistened with pride. "Oh, Lily! That's amazing news. We always knew you had talent. We're so proud of you." Victor joined in, his heart swelling. "You worked hard for this, Lily. This is just the beginning of your journey." Lily beamed, her joy infectious. "I can't wait to show you my first projects. Thank you for believing in me." As she left, Mama and Victor exchanged smiles, knowing that their efforts were making a real difference. They reflected on how their community had come together to support one another and how they had fostered a culture of kindness and empowerment. As summer rolled in, Mama's Kitchen continued to thrive, becoming a cornerstone of the community. With each passing day, more stories of resilience emerged, people overcoming challenges, artists finding their voices, and families lifting each other up. One evening, as the sun set over the diner, casting a warm glow through the windows, Mama turned to Victor. "I've been thinking about how we can further expand our impact. What if we create a mentorship program? We could connect local youth with professionals in various fields to help them pursue their dreams. Victor's eyes lit up at the idea. That's a brilliant plan. We could host workshops, resume building sessions, and even networking events. It would empower the next generation. They began to lay the groundwork for the mentorship program, reaching out to local professionals willing to volunteer their time. As word spread, the response was overwhelmingly positive, with many eager to lend a helping hand. The launch of the mentorship program coincided with the back-to-school season, allowing them to provide support to students as they prepared for a new academic year. They organized an event at the diner, where students could meet their mentors, share their goals, and participate in interactive workshops. On the day of the event, the diner was filled with excitement and nervous energy. Mama welcomed students and mentors alike, her heart swelling with pride as she witnessed the connections forming. Victor facilitated introductions, ensuring that each student felt comfortable and supported. As the day unfolded, students engaged in discussions, learned about various career paths, and received invaluable advice from their mentors. Mama and Victor watched from a distance, feeling a profound sense of fulfillment. After the workshops, they gathered everyone for a closing session. Mama spoke to the crowd, her voice filled with emotion. Thank you all for being here today. This is just the beginning of what we hope to achieve together. Remember, you are all part of this community, and we are here to support one another. The response was heartwarming, with students expressing their gratitude and mentors sharing their experiences. Victor felt the energy in the room, a palpable sense of hope and determination. As the event came to a close, Mama and Victor stood together, reflecting on how far they had come. They knew their journey was far from over, but they were excited about the future. Each initiative they launched brought them closer to their vision of a united, compassionate community. In the months that followed, the mentorship program blossomed, with students gaining confidence and skills as they pursued their dreams. Mama's Kitchen became a beacon of hope and inspiration, and the community continued to rally around one another, supporting each other through thick and thin. As winter approached once again, Mama and Victor began planning their next big event. They wanted to create a winter wonderland celebration that would bring the community together for warmth, joy, and connection during the colder months. They envisioned an event filled with activities, ice skating, hot cocoa stations, and a holiday market featuring local artisans. The excitement in the air was palpable as they worked tirelessly to bring their vision to life. On the day of the Winter Wonderland celebration, the diner was transformed into a magical space, adorned with twinkling lights and festive decorations. Families bundled in warm clothes filled the streets, laughter echoing as children enjoyed the winter activities. As the festivities began, Mama and Victor moved through the crowd, embracing the spirit of the season. They welcomed each guest with open arms, their hearts overflowing with gratitude for the community they had built together. As night fell and the stars twinkled overhead, the highlight of the evening arrived, the lighting of the community tree. Gathered together, the crowd counted down as Mama and Victor flipped the switch, illuminating the tree in a dazzling display of lights. The crowd erupted in cheers, and Mama felt a rush of emotion. "This is what it's all about," she whispered to Victor. "The love, the connections, it's a beautiful thing." Victor nodded, his heart full. "We've created something truly special here, Mama. It's a legacy of kindness that will continue to grow." As the celebrations continued, they took a moment to step away from the festivities, finding a quiet spot outside the diner. The world around them sparkled with joy, and they both felt a deep sense of fulfillment. "Mama," Victor said, breaking the comfortable silence, "I want you to know that this journey has changed my life. You've shown me the power of kindness and community. I can't imagine doing this without you." Mama turned to him, her eyes shining with gratitude. "Victor, you've been my partner in every way. Together, we've created a home for so many people. Thank you for believing in this vision and for being by my side." As they stood there, watching the snow gently fall, they knew that their work was far from finished. They were excited for what the future held, new initiatives, new challenges, and a continued commitment to their community. In the years to come, Mama's Kitchen would remain a beacon of hope, a place where kindness flourished, and lives were transformed. They would continue to innovate, inspire, and uplift those around them, knowing that together, they could make a difference. One meal, one smile, one act of kindness at a time. As the new year dawned, Mama and Victor sat together in the cozy warmth of Mama's kitchen, reflecting on the incredible journey they had shared. The past year had been a whirlwind of activity, and they were both eager to build on their successes and take their efforts to new heights. With the community fund thriving and the mentorship program flourishing, they began brainstorming ideas for new initiatives. Victor suggested launching a series of cooking classes to empower local families with culinary skills and nutrition education. We could teach people how to prepare healthy meals on a budget, he proposed. It could really make a difference. Mama's eyes sparkled with excitement. That's a fantastic idea. We could also invite local chefs to share their expertise, and even host themed classes for different cuisines. It would be a great way to bring the community together. With renewed enthusiasm, they began planning the cooking classes, reaching out to local chefs and nutritionists to join the initiative. The goal was not just to teach cooking skills but to create a space where families could bond over food, share stories, and foster a sense of belonging. As word spread about the upcoming classes, interest grew rapidly. On the first day of the program, the diner buzzed with anticipation. Families arrived, eager to learn and connect. Mama and Victor welcomed everyone with open arms, excited to embark on this new journey together. The classes kicked off with a focus on seasonal ingredients, emphasizing the importance of cooking with fresh produce. Local chefs demonstrated various techniques, encouraging participants to get hands-on in the kitchen. Laughter and chatter filled the air as families chopped, stirred, and tasted their creations. One particular family caught Mama's attention, a single mother named Elena and her two children, Sophia and Marco. They were shy at first, but as the classes progressed, she noticed their confidence blossoming. Elena shared stories of how difficult it had been to balance work and family life, often resorting to fast food due to time constraints. Cooking is something I've always wanted to do more of, but I never knew where to start, she admitted during a discussion. Mama felt a surge of empathy and decided to take Elena under her wing, offering her extra resources and support. As the weeks went by, the cooking classes continued to grow in popularity. Participants began sharing their own recipes, contributing to a sense of community. Each week ended with a potluck, where everyone brought a dish to share, creating a tapestry of flavors and cultures. Victor suggested documenting the journey, and soon they launched a community cookbook project. Participants contributed their favorite recipes, along with stories and memories associated with each dish. The book would not only serve as a compilation of recipes but as a testament to the strength and resilience of the community. One evening, as they were compiling the recipes, Mama turned to Victor, her heart swelling with gratitude. "I never imagined our little diner could grow into something so meaningful. This community is truly special." Victor nodded, a smile spreading across his face. "It's incredible to see how far we've come. And it all started with a simple act of kindness." As they worked on the cookbook, Elena and her children flourished in the classes. With Mama's encouragement, Elena began experimenting with new recipes at home. One day, she approached Mama with a twinkle in her eye. "I've been thinking, what if I opened a small catering business? I'd love to share my cooking with others." Mama beamed with pride. "That's a brilliant idea. You have so much talent, and I know you can do it. We can help you get started." With Mama's support, Elena embarked on her catering journey, using the skills she had learned in the cooking classes. Victor helped her design a business plan, and together they brainstormed marketing strategies. Soon, she began receiving requests for small events and family gatherings, her passion for cooking shining through in every dish. As spring blossomed into summer, the community cookbook was complete, filled with a mosaic of flavors, stories, and memories. Mama and Victor organized a launch event at the diner, inviting everyone who had contributed to celebrate the project. On the day of the launch, the atmosphere was electric. The diner was adorned with decorations showcasing the cookbook, and a table was set up with samples of featured recipes. Families gathered, eager to celebrate the culmination of their collective efforts. Mama stood before the crowd, her heart brimming with joy. Thank you all for being part of this incredible journey. This cookbook is not just a collection of recipes, it's a celebration of our community's spirit and resilience. Let's continue to support one another and share our stories. The crowd erupted in applause, and Victor felt a sense of pride wash over him. He knew that this project had created lasting connections, weaving the community closer together. As the evening unfolded, guests mingled, sampling dishes and sharing stories behind their contributions. Elena proudly showcased her catering services, receiving enthusiastic support from everyone. As the night drew to a close, Mama and Victor reflected on the evening's success. The cookbook was a symbol of everything they had built together, a reminder that kindness, connection, and community could create lasting change. As summer turned to fall, Mama's kitchen continued to thrive. The cooking classes became a staple, and Elena's catering business flourished. Families from all backgrounds came together to learn, share, and support one another, creating a vibrant tapestry of culture and community. One day, as Mama and Victor were brainstorming their next initiative, they received an unexpected visit from a local news reporter. The reporter had heard about the impact of Mama's Kitchen and the community fund and wanted to feature their story in the local newspaper. Excited and a little nervous, Mama and Victor agreed to the interview. As they shared their journey, the reporter was captivated by their dedication and the stories of the families they had helped. When the article was published, it garnered widespread attention, drawing even more people to the diner. The increased visibility brought in new customers, and donations to the community fund surged. Mama and Victor knew they had an opportunity to expand their impact further. With the additional support, they decided to launch a scholarship program for local youth pursuing culinary arts or hospitality. They wanted to empower the next generation to follow their dreams and give back to their community. The response to the scholarship program was overwhelming. Applications poured in from passionate young people eager to pursue careers in the culinary field. Mama and Victor organized a selection committee made up of local chefs and business owners to review the applications and choose deserving candidates. One evening, as they sorted through applications, Mama came across a letter from a young man named Daniel. He had grown up in the neighborhood and had a passion for cooking, inspired by the meals his grandmother used to make. He shared his dreams of attending culinary school but expressed concern about the financial burden it would place on his family. Moved by his story, Mama and Victor decided to invite Daniel for an interview. When he arrived, he was nervous but excited. As they spoke, Mama saw the spark in his eyes, the genuine passion for food and community. They knew they had found someone special. After careful consideration, they awarded Daniel a scholarship, providing him with the opportunity to pursue his culinary dreams. His gratitude was heartfelt, and he promised to give back to the community once he established himself. As Daniel began his culinary studies, he stayed connected with Mama's Kitchen, volunteering on weekends and sharing his growing knowledge with others. Mama and Victor took great pride in mentoring him, knowing they were helping shape the future of a young talent. As the holidays approached, Mama's Kitchen prepared for another season of festivities. They organized a special holiday dinner, inviting families from the community who might otherwise struggle to provide a meal. They decorated the diner with care, creating a warm and inviting atmosphere. On the evening of the dinner, the diner was filled with laughter and joy. Families gathered to share a meal, and Mama and Victor moved among them, ensuring everyone felt welcome. Daniel played a key role in preparing the meal, showcasing the skills he had learned. As the night unfolded, Mama stood before the crowd once again, her heart full. Thank you all for being here tonight. This dinner is a celebration of community and love. Let's continue to uplift one another, not just during the holidays but throughout the year. The crowd erupted in applause, and Victor felt a sense of fulfillment wash over him. They had built something truly special, a place where kindness thrived, and lives were transformed. As the years went by, Mama's Kitchen remained a beacon of hope and community spirit. The cooking classes continued, the scholarship program flourished, and Daniel became a beloved member of the team. Together, they worked to create a legacy of kindness, empowerment, and connection. One evening, as they closed up the diner, Mama turned to Victor, her heart swelling with gratitude. "Look at what we've created together. I couldn't have done this without you." Victor smiled, feeling a deep sense of belonging. "And I couldn't have imagined a better journey. This place is more than just a diner, it's a family." As they stepped out into the night, the stars shone brightly above them, a reminder of the countless stories woven into the fabric of their community. They walked side by side, ready to embrace whatever the future held, knowing that together, they could continue to make a difference, one meal, one act of kindness, and one heartfelt connection at a time. As the new year approached, Mama and Victor were filled with renewed energy and determination. They had achieved so much together, but both felt an undeniable pull to do even more for their community. Over the past few years, they had seen lives transformed through their initiatives, and they were inspired to reach even deeper into the hearts of the families they served. One chilly evening, as they closed the diner, Mama suggested an idea that had been brewing in her mind. "Victor, what if we organized a day of giving? A day dedicated to giving back to our community through various services, like health screenings, financial advice, and even career counseling?" Victor's eyes sparkled at the thought. "That's an incredible idea, Mama. We could partner with local organizations and professionals willing to donate their time and services. It could be a one-stop event for families to receive support in various aspects of their lives." Excited by the prospect, they began reaching out to local health professionals, financial advisors, and career coaches. The response was overwhelmingly positive, with many eager to contribute their expertise for a day of service. They named the event Community Care Day and set a date for early spring. As the day approached, anticipation filled the air. Flyers were distributed, and the diner became a hub of preparation. Volunteers rallied to help set up booths, and Mama's Kitchen transformed into a vibrant center for the day's activities. On the morning of Community Care Day, the sun broke through the clouds, casting a warm glow over the diner. Families began arriving, curious and eager to take advantage of the services offered. Mama and Victor greeted each guest with smiles, welcoming them into the bustling atmosphere. The event kicked off with a series of workshops, health screenings, nutrition advice, financial planning, and resume building. Community members eagerly participated, asking questions and soaking up the knowledge being shared. The air buzzed with excitement as families engaged in conversations, sharing their experiences and aspirations. Elena, now thriving with her catering business, volunteered to provide healthy snacks for the attendees. As she moved through the crowd, she shared her journey, inspiring others with her story of resilience. Victor couldn't help but beam with pride at how far she had come. One young woman named Maria approached Mama with tears in her eyes. "I've been struggling to find a job since I graduated, and I don't know where to start. I feel so lost." Mama placed a comforting hand on her shoulder. "You're not alone, dear. We're here to help. Let's connect you with one of our career coaches. They can provide guidance and support to help you get back on your feet." With Mama's encouragement, Maria felt a flicker of hope. After meeting with a career coach, she gained valuable insights into job searching and interview skills. As the day progressed, the sense of community and support enveloped the diner like a warm embrace. As the afternoon wore on, Victor took a moment to step back and reflect on the impact of the day. He saw families laughing, connecting, and supporting one another. The spirit of kindness and solidarity was palpable, reminding him of why they had embarked on this journey in the first place. As the event concluded, Mama and Victor gathered everyone together for a closing session. Mama expressed her heartfelt gratitude, her voice filled with emotion. "Thank you all for being here today and for supporting one another. Together, we can create a stronger community, and I am so proud of what we've accomplished." The crowd erupted in applause, and Victor felt a surge of pride. They had turned a simple idea into a powerful movement, uniting people from all walks of life. In the weeks that followed Community Care Day, the momentum continued to build. Inspired by the connections made and the support provided, Mama and Victor brainstormed ways to keep the community engaged and empowered. Victor proposed hosting regular workshops throughout the year, focusing on different topics each time: mental health, financial literacy, and job skills. These workshops could become a staple of our community, offering ongoing support and resources, he suggested. Mama nodded in agreement. Absolutely. We want to create a space where everyone feels valued and heard. Let's plan our first workshop for next month. As they organized the workshops, they decided to invite local experts to lead discussions and facilitate activities. They wanted to ensure that the community felt empowered to take charge of their lives while building a network of support around them. The first workshop was themed Mental Health and Wellness, focusing on self-care practices and the importance of mental well-being. On the day of the event, the diner was filled with people eager to learn and share their experiences. As the facilitator guided the discussion, participants opened up about their struggles and triumphs. They shared stories of resilience, creating a space where vulnerability was met with understanding and compassion. Victor and Mama moved among the attendees, offering encouragement and support. The workshop proved to be a profound success, with participants expressing gratitude for the safe space created within the diner. Many left feeling lighter, armed with tools and strategies to prioritize their mental health. Over the following months, the workshops continued to thrive, covering a range of topics that resonated with the community. Participants began to form connections, supporting one another outside of the workshops as well. Friendships blossomed, and a sense of camaraderie grew among attendees. As summer approached, Mama and Victor decided to host a community block party to celebrate the connections made through the workshops. They envisioned a day filled with fun activities, food, and entertainment, bringing the community together in a festive atmosphere. On the day of the block party, the streets surrounding Mama's kitchen were transformed into a lively festival. Colorful banners decorated the area, and local musicians played lively tunes. Families gathered, laughter echoing in the air. Mama and Victor welcomed each guest with open arms, ensuring everyone felt included. Activities for children, food stalls featuring local delicacies, and performances from local artists filled the day with excitement. It was a true celebration of community spirit. As the sun began to set, Mama took the stage to address the crowd. Thank you all for being here today. This celebration is a testament to the love and support we have for one another. Together, we can continue to uplift our community and create a brighter future for all. The crowd erupted in cheers, and Victor felt a profound sense of belonging wash over him. They had built something incredible together, an unwavering community fueled by kindness, resilience, and love. As the evening came to a close, people lingered, reluctant to leave the vibrant atmosphere. Families chatted, friends embraced, and laughter filled the air. Victor and Mama exchanged knowing smiles, grateful for the connections forged and the lives touched. With each passing season, Mama's kitchen continued to evolve, but the heart of the diner remained the same, a haven of support, connection, and kindness. They knew that as long as they worked together, they could weather any storm and celebrate every triumph. As the years rolled on, Mama and Victor remained committed to their mission, continuing to uplift their community and create opportunities for all. They celebrated successes, navigated challenges, and forged lifelong bonds, knowing that they were building a legacy that would endure for generations to come. One quiet evening, as they prepared to close the diner, Mama turned to Victor. You know, it's moments like these that remind me of how far we've come. I am so grateful for everything we've built together. Victor nodded, a warm smile on his face. And I'm grateful for you, Mama. You've shown me what it means to truly care for others and create a space where everyone belongs. As they closed the doors to the diner, they stepped outside, looking up at the stars twinkling above. They knew their journey was far from over, and together, they would continue to light the way for others, one act of kindness at a time. As summer faded into fall, Mama and Victor felt a renewed sense of purpose. The success of the block party had brought more families into the fold, and the diner buzzed with conversations and laughter. New faces filled the seats, eager to be a part of the community that had grown around Mama's kitchen. With the cooler weather approaching, Mama had an idea that sparked her enthusiasm. What if we hosted a harvest feast this year? A celebration of the autumn harvest where everyone can come together to share a meal and give thanks? Victor's eyes lit up at the thought. That sounds wonderful, Mama. We could incorporate local produce and maybe even have some of the families contribute dishes from their own traditions. Planning for the harvest feast began in earnest. They reached out to local farmers and markets, sourcing fresh ingredients for the feast. Flyers were distributed throughout the community, inviting everyone to participate and bring a dish to share. The excitement was palpable as word spread. On the day of the harvest feast, the diner was transformed into a warm, inviting space adorned with autumn decorations, pumpkins, gourds, and colorful leaves. Families gathered, each bringing a dish that reflected their heritage and culinary creativity. As the sun set, casting a golden glow over the diner, the feast commenced. The long tables were filled with a mosaic of flavors, everything from hearty stews and roasted vegetables to sweet pies and homemade breads. It was a celebration of diversity, with each dish telling a story of its own. As people enjoyed the food, Mama and Victor moved through the crowd, encouraging conversations and sharing laughter. It was a beautiful tapestry of connection, each person contributing to the warmth of the gathering. Midway through the evening, Victor took to the makeshift stage. Thank you all for being here tonight. This feast is a celebration of our community and the connections we've made. Let's take a moment to reflect on what we're grateful for this year. As he spoke, the room fell quiet, and attendees began to share their thoughts. One by one, they expressed gratitude for the friendships formed, the support received, and the hope that had blossomed within their lives. There were tears and laughter, creating an atmosphere of unity and love. Mama stood beside Victor, her heart swelling with pride. This is what community is all about, coming together, sharing our stories, and lifting each other up. Let's continue to create more moments like these. As the night wore on, families gathered to take pictures, capturing memories that would last a lifetime. The sense of belonging was palpable, and it felt as if Mama's kitchen had become a second home for many. In the days following the harvest feast, Mama and Victor reflected on the success of the event. They had created a space where everyone felt valued, and it inspired them to think about future initiatives that could further strengthen their community. One evening, as they sat down to plan their next steps, Mama spoke up. Victor, I think it's time we establish a formal mentorship program for the youth in our community. We have so many talented young people who could benefit from guidance and support. Victor nodded, understanding the importance of nurturing the next generation. That's a great idea. We could pair them with local business owners and professionals who can help them navigate their career paths. They began reaching out to local leaders and educators, gathering input and support for the mentorship program. The response was overwhelmingly positive, with many eager to contribute their time and expertise to help the youth. The mentorship program launched with a community meeting, inviting young people and their families to learn more about the opportunity. The room buzzed with excitement as Victor introduced the program, outlining how it would connect youth with mentors who could guide them in their aspirations. Elena, now well established with her catering business, volunteered to be a mentor. I remember how important it was for me to have guidance when I was starting out. I'd love to help young people discover their potential. As the program took off, pairs of mentors and ments formed connections that blossomed into invaluable relationships. Workshops, networking events, and one-on-one meetings became a regular occurrence, empowering youth to explore their interests and develop their skills. One of the standout participants was a young girl named Mia, whose passion for baking was evident. She often visited Mama's kitchen, drawn in by the aromas and the warmth of the place. With her mentor's encouragement, she started experimenting with new recipes and even hosted a bake sale to raise funds for the community fund. As winter approached, Mia's baking talents flourished, and Mama and Victor decided to showcase her creations at a holiday market they were organizing. The market would feature local artisans and bakers, providing an opportunity for community members to support one another during the holiday season. On the day of the market, the diner was transformed into a festive wonderland. Twinkling lights adorned the windows, and the aroma of freshly baked goods filled the air. Local vendors set up booths, selling everything from handmade crafts to seasonal treats. Mia's booth was a highlight, featuring an array of beautifully decorated cookies and cakes. As she interacted with customers, her confidence soared. Mama and Victor beamed with pride, knowing that they had helped nurture her talent and passion. As the day unfolded, laughter and joy filled the air. Families mingled, shared stories, and celebrated the spirit of community. Victor took a moment to reflect on how far they had come, grateful for the connections and bonds that had formed over the years. The holiday market became an annual tradition, and as the years passed, Mama's Kitchen continued to serve as a beacon of hope and support for the community. They hosted numerous events, initiatives, and programs that uplifted those around them. One evening, as Mama and Victor closed the diner, they sat together, reminiscing about their journey. "I can't believe how much we've accomplished," Victor said, a smile on his face. "It feels like a dream." Mama nodded, her eyes sparkling with joy. "And it all started with kindness. We've built something beautiful, and I'm grateful every day for this community." As they stepped outside, the night was quiet, illuminated by a sky full of stars. They knew that as long as they continued to share their hearts and support one another, their legacy of kindness would endure, weaving a tapestry of love and hope for generations to come. Together, they were ready to embrace whatever the future held, knowing that they could make a difference, one meal, one act of kindness, and one shared dream at a time. As the seasons changed and the years rolled on, Mama and Victor continued to pour their hearts into Mama's Kitchen and the community they had nurtured. With each passing day, they witnessed the impact of their efforts, a vibrant tapestry of lives transformed, friendships forged, and dreams realized. One crisp winter evening, as snow gently fell outside, Mama and Victor gathered with their community for a special event, an anniversary celebration of Mama's Kitchen. The diner was filled with familiar faces, each person contributing to the warmth and love that permeated the air. Victor stood at the front, looking out at the smiling faces gathered around the tables. "Tonight, we celebrate not just the anniversary of this diner, but the spirit of our community. Together, we've created a place where everyone belongs, where kindness thrives, and where dreams can take flight." As applause echoed through the diner, Mama took the stage, her voice warm and heartfelt. "Thank you all for being part of this journey. Each one of you has played a vital role in making Mama's Kitchen a home for so many. Let's continue to uplift one another and carry this spirit of generosity into the new year." With laughter, stories, and shared memories, the evening unfolded in joy. Families reminisced about past events, and children shared their aspirations for the future, inspired by the support they had received. As the night drew to a close, Mama and Victor exchanged glances, knowing that this was only the beginning. They were committed to continuing their mission, helping their community thrive, one meal and one act of kindness at a time. Stepping outside into the snowy night, they looked up at the twinkling stars above, filled with gratitude for the journey they had embarked upon together. They knew that the love and connections they had built would continue to shine brightly, illuminating the path for generations to come. With hearts full of hope, Mama and Victor embraced the future, ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead, knowing they were not alone. Together, they would nurture the bonds of community, creating a legacy of kindness that would last long into the future.